Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty the Crappy Crafter. Today we're going to be testing out a new resin for me. It's from Kisroll? Is that how you think you say it? I don't know. Kisroll. It's a 2-part epoxy 1:1 by volume resin, and today we'll also be testing out this mold. It's a 4-piece mold, and it comes with some cute little clasps, and it's gonna make a pirate chest that's kind of like that pirate chest, but it's from a different manufacturer, so I'm excited. Let's just get right into it. Okay, let's see what's in the box. It comes with 2 bottles of hardener and resin. It comes with 2 mixing beakers, which are hard plastic and I'll probably never use for resin. Comes with great nitrile gloves, 2 spreaders, and some stirring sticks. And we're gonna mix it up. I have made marks on this particular cup, how much I want. I'm gonna make, I think I decided, I don't remember how much I made, but it's not going to be enough. Not going to be enough, and that's okay. Gonna stir it. Make sure you stir for at least 3 minutes, scraping the sides and the bottom along the way. And then I'm gonna portion it out into 3 cups so that I can have 3 different colors of brown, so I can try to do a swirly, I'm going to try to get like a wood grain kind of effect because it's supposed to be a wooden trunk, right? So we'll see how that goes. Spoiler, it doesn't go so well, but it's not horrible. The colors that I use are just too similar. There's not enough contrast between them. So, and one of these days I need to pick up one of those cups that is, silicone cups that are divided already so that you can just put all the colors in the same cup and just pour straight from that. Those look really cool, but I haven't had a chance to get one yet. I'm gonna pour it in real slow, and then we're gonna squeezy the corners, try to get any bubbles out, and you'll see at the end. I will make a couple more batches of this, and one of them will be a clear batch because I wanted to see if it would release any of the bubbles, because as I was working with it, as I was stirring it before I put in any of the pigments, I noticed that it wasn't releasing bubbles very well. I had warmed it up and made sure that it was nice and toasty and thin, and here you can see I didn't make enough, so I have to make a little bit more, but I don't know. I'm gonna say it a lot, but I don't know about this resin. I mean, it feels nice, it worked pretty well, it cured like it was supposed to, but you're not going to be able to use it if you want to have clear unless you use a pressure pot or a vacuum chamber. And honestly, I'm still not so sure about how well a vacuum chamber works on resin. I have one, so I'm going to have to dig it out and try it at some point. I don't know when. So you'll see that I'm trying really, really hard to get the resin down into the little posts on those little hinges. Yeah, that's not gonna work so well. But look at all those bubbles. Look at all the bubbles. They didn't release like at all. I was a little disappointed. To be fair though, this whole thing, this half-gallon kit, I think it was a half-gallon kit, was like $35 for the whole freaking thing. So I guess you can't really expect much from that, huh? I mean, it looks great when there's pigment in it. It's just not gonna be good for anything that you want that's gonna be any kind of clear. But yeah, it is what it is, right? still, it's pretty. The colors didn't work quite the way I wanted them to. It's a little bit lighter than I was going for. Not as mottled as I wanted it. Like you can see, there was still a bubble down in there. It didn't work. So what I'm going to end up doing is making 2 more of those out of UV resin. That way I know instantly whether it worked or not. But first, we're going to unroll this. This came out surprisingly well. I was really pleased with how well this worked. Very, very. Yes. You definitely tell it came from 2 different batches of resin, but that's okay. It's alright. No one will notice it unless you really look at it. Right? Right? We'll see, I guess. So if you hear construction sounds in the background, that's because my porch is still being worked on. Because it's either been raining or 90, and the gentleman that is doing it is a little on the older side and doesn't do so well in the heat, which I totally get. I don't do well in the heat either. So here we are working on the UV resin parts because, like I said, I wanted to know instantly if it worked. And this one worked a lot better, although I don't think it cured as well as it probably should have. But you know what? It'll be fine. It's not going anywhere, it's not traveling, it's not really actually going to hold anything, although right now I do have all of the pendulums that I've made in it, and I'll probably make some more because, as you'll see at the end, I really like how the pendulum molds work. Actually, I think I've already done that, haven't I? I've already showed you the pendulums. I am not a smart cookie today. I've got a lot on my mind going on. But here I'm trying to place the hinges, and while I do appreciate this style hinge, it's just kind of a pain in the butt. It is. I probably would have gone for like a metal hinge so that it could match the metal clasp that's on the front, but that's alright. I got this little pen drill off of Kickstarter a long time ago, and I recently found it, so I was really excited to use it. I did need to tighten that down just a little bit more. Whoop. And that's fine. It works just fine. All I needed was a little guide hole because the screws they were making a dent in the resin, but they weren't really screwing in. So I had to make a pilot hole, and then we'll put the clasp on, and then we'll measure the bottom part of it where it hooks into. Make sure that it's all nice and neat and square and flush and even and things. And I think it comes out really well in the end. I was really impressed with the little pen drill because I hadn't charged it in like months, but it had just enough charge to be able to do what I wanted it to do. Yay, isn't it cute? It's just so perfect. Well, this came out super, super cute. It opens, it closes, it latches. How cute is that? How cute is that? The wood grain didn't come out quite the way I was hoping it would, but you know what? Who cares? It's still pretty cute. So we used this resin, Kisrael, I don't know, crystal clear, self-leveling, resists yellow, but it doesn't release bubbles very well. We may have noticed the bubbles. And let me get something dark. Look at all the bubbles in that tail. And in the feet. Just look at all those bubbles. it did not release those micro bubbles. And while I was stirring it, it created so many micro bubbles. And I stirred it like I do all of my resins. So the jury is still out on the resin, but the jury is in love with the mold. So that's a cool mold. If I remember where I got it from, I'll link it down below, but I don't remember where I got it from. But yeah, that's just Look at those bubbles though. Look at that. That's just so bleh. Resins should have better degassing properties by now. Even the super cheap stuff. And this stuff was super cheap. This thing, and its counterpart over there of the same size, this cost me $35, I think. That's a lot of flippin' resin for $35. So the price point is fabulous. The degassing mechanism, not so good. But, I mean, it sounds like other resins that I have, except for the whole super bubbly bit. Yeah, jury's still out. I'll make some more stuff with this. I did end up making a couple of pendulums. They are absolutely full of bubbles. But aren't they cute? Yeah, let's see against a dark background. Lots and lots of bubbles. Look at all those little bubbles. So this resin would probably work really, really well if you have a vacuum chamber or a pressure pot. I have both. I didn't use either. At some point I should try it with one or both. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it looks nice. It feels nice. It just doesn't degas itself very well. Oh well, c'est la vie, right? It's neither here nor there. It is what it is. So, cool mold. Like I said, if I remember where I got it from, I'll leave the link down below. I'll leave the link for the resin if you want to give it a try. It's just something I got off of Amazon. And I guess that's it for this week. So until next week, stay safe.